Okay guys, Mr. PPP is here and he's going to show you how to create hanging baskets on a budget. This will save about $20 per pot. So when you see gorgeous hanging baskets out,
these are
I'm
pots.
sorry, well, if you see gorgeous hanging baskets or in pots, you can make them at home yourself. We buy them, sometimes we buy a couple of the hanging baskets, but then we also make these. He's going to go ahead. These are just some old pots that we had that we reuse each year. And we use Moisture Plus potting mix. I link to everything in the blog post so you can swipe up to get those. Hey Jan, glad to see you on. Okay, James, tell them what to do.
Mixing the dirt from last year. This is all the stuff that was left over whenever we pulled the old flowers out. This is what was left. So I'm just adding some new. We use the moisture stuff so you don't have to water as much. And then just the cheap regular potting mix just in our pots. And I'm just filling up the baskets with those. And notice that I'm the one getting my hands dirty and Lori's standing up there still looking pretty because she doesn't want to get dirty. So, but anyway, so kind of all we're doing is just mainly filling with the normal potting mix. Filling up almost to the top. And we're getting the moisture stuff, just mixing that in. And like I said, the reason we use the moisture stuff, it's more expensive, but it also, you don't have to water as often. Like I said, just kind of mix it in so that you don't water as much. And as Laura was mentioning at the garden center that we saw a couple that we liked, and then we kind of wanted to model what we were seeing there. So just filling up almost to the top. I don't fill up to the top just because that way once you get the plants in and stuff and you can water, you don't have to worry about everything just spilling over, especially when you water. You want the water to be able to contain. You don't want it to just hop over. I don't fill to the top. And I always take the pot, and as you can see the roots, they've been in the pot for a while, so one of the things that I learned growing up was you want to take the roots and break that up a little bit so it doesn't cut circulation off the plant, basically strangling the plant. And you're just planting your tall stuff in the middle. And then Laurie's picked out some good colors and some good flowers for this pot. Once again, you can tell the roots. Just breaking those off. You're not going to kill the plant by just breaking up the roots. You just want them going down. And you're just planting and spacing things out. And we're digging a little hole.
And that's we've got a geranium. That one is also it's called a superbena. It reminds me, I think it is a verbena. In fact, it is a verbena. I don't know why. I have had it in my head that has been a geranium, but it's kind of like a spidery thing. I love it. And then look at these we found. These were the ones we were super excited about. Those are super petunias. I'll show you guys. They're called super. I love those, and we've not planted yellow before, so.
I like the yellow. She actually let me win that discussion this time. I never get to win and get my colors for the first time ever. No. And as you can tell, I'm just kind of digging a little hole so you kind of see the dirt that I filled up before. And that was another thing. I don't go all the way to the top because as you can tell, I'm making a mess. But I'm just digging a hole. You can see here the hole I've kind of dug there for the plant. And just taking it out of the pot. This one's wetter than the others, so we did a good job of keeping it watered. And just sticking it in the hole and kind of filling the dirt around it. So then, like we said, we got the tall one up top in the middle, and these all will hang over the side. We've seen. But there's the first one done. Pretty simple.
Somebody asked, when do you recommend watering? What time of day?
I always water in the morning. You don't really want to water at night unless you can water earlier enough that it'll dry out, because you don't want the water sitting in there. I've always heard, and this is just something that I've always heard, was that you get more fungus and stuff at night if the water just sits in there overnight. But you want to water early in the morning is best. But if you can't do that, earlier in the evening. I always like watering early in the evening just because we're outside after work. So I like doing it then. But Until I got a little bit too much dirt on this one, but was planting the tall one in the middle first.
Somebody asked what the yellow one was. I think it's a super bell. It's a super bell. It's kind of like a small petunia. If we, like this,
Get it clean.
This is a regular size petunia. If you can hold that leaf up. So regular size petunia would have a really big leaf. I was trying to show them to compare. And you can see this is like a very small, much smaller, but very similar flower. And I'm super excited. One of my favorite plants is this, it's called Bacopa. It's B-A-C-O-P-A, I think. And it is so beautiful if you keep it watered. They do take a lot of water. So usually I don't plant them in pots because they really do need a lot of water. But since we have no life this summer, I figure we can maybe manage to keep them watered. Someone says to us, you can even separate the roots a little bit more. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job. Oh, there's a weed. Make sure, yeah.
But you're right, you can separate the weeds more. I just, you're not going to kill the plant by separating the weeds. So.
Betty Radford's on. Betty was our favorite
realtor
ever. If you are in the Louisville area, Betty Radford is your girl. We love and miss her. Whenever we've sold a house after, we're like, oh, we need Betty.
Our first 2 houses are with her. So.
Yeah, she did the best job as a realtor.
Great. So then I'm still planting. And it's like I said, mainly you're just breaking up the roots. Let's see, that's a purple, so we're going to go over here. And
that's a purple verbena. So
this
it'll
pot
flower
is a little
purple.
bit more mixture. It's not the same as that one was more same.
I almost think you
sides.
should go ahead and do this. Should we do the other Bacopa, do you think? One other plant that I love is this. It's called, I call it licorice because I think that's what we were told it was whenever we first, I'm not actually, I did Google it yesterday. This licorice stuff is awesome, and I'll show you what that looks like in a pot in just a second. Oh, Patricia, I'm so excited that you're getting to watch. We purchased the flowers at a local nursery. We live near Columbus, Ohio, and we planted up. Where did we get these? They had such great plants. Oh, what's the name of the place?
I don't even remember. It
was
a local. This was a local, individual-owned nursery up near Delaware. It wasn't a chain. He's got one store.
I linked to it. I actually did link to it on the blog post. So if you're in the area, we do also like Oakland. If you're in the area, let me show you guys. Okay, so I want you to see. We just planted these. The reason we planted these today, is that these suckers over here were hanging baskets that were about, how much were they? About $35, $45. So they're a chunk of change. And when you need a bunch of them, they're really expensive. So I came home last Sunday and I replanted this one. This is just growth from like 7 days.
Yeah, it's a week.
So, I mean, I know you see the big, beautiful ones that are already done. Like, it does not take you that long to do them yourselves. Miller's. Is it Miller's? It's Miller's. Thank you, Sierra. Awesome. We love Miller's. I really did like Miller's. It's very good. There we go. Okay. Gardens, check them out. We're going to do these last couple other ones. So we don't have another pot yet. Swipe up for all the info, and I promise you will save yourself a ton of money, especially if you're doing a whole bunch. Yeah. Y'all have an awesome day. Anything else, babe?
That's it.
Awesome. We'll see you guys later. Hey, don't forget, guys, freezer meals go live 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. We hope you guys get them. We're excited about them. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.